Hello and welcome to episode 37 of Zero to Hero. Yes, welcome back to episode 37 of Zero to Hero. I'm Wes, and in today's episode we'll be taking on AFC Wimbledon and Salford in League 2. Now, since you were last with me, we have played quite a few games, and it's been pretty good form, the odd blip here and there. Last time you saw us, we played Cambridge at home, we beat them 5-2, and then we drew against top of the table Scunthorpe away from home 1-1. We then followed that up with another 1-1 draw against Boston United at home. A game we really should have been winning. Unfortunately, we could only get the draw there. We were 1-0 up and they equalised just on the stroke of half-time. We then followed that up with a 3-0 away loss to Bristol Rovers. Another game we should have really been winning. Really bad result there. Nobody really played well and it was very difficult. But then I think it was a bit of a distraction that we had at Carabao Cup third round game against Swansea as the next game, and only 4 days later. And it was another game I was expecting us to lose, very much like the Tottenham game. But we won. It went all the way to penalties, but we won. We were 2-0 down after 13 minutes, and Keith Mayle got a goal back for us on 24 minutes. And then thanks to an own goal from one of the Swansea players, Russell Cook, it took it to extra time and we went all the way to penalties and we won on penalties. Good performances in there from us. Amadou Ba, Keith Mayle and Cameron Cox, who got man of the match in that game. But we followed that up with a 0-0 draw against Luton at home. Again, another game we should have really been winning. I had to rotate the side heavily because of the fact that we went to extra time and penalties against Swansea. And as a result, we only picked up a point in that game. But we managed to pick things up in the next game against Gillingham. We won 3-1 away from home. Goals from Jordan Wright and 2 goals from Jonathan Kajar, to take all 3 points home with us. We then followed that up with another win, a convincing win against Port Vale at home. 6-3 we won that game. We were 6-1 up, but they got 2 goals back late on in the second half, and we were 6-1 up at half time. 2 goals from Humphreys, 2 from Keith Mayle and 2 from Jonathan Kajar, who has started scoring for us now. It took him a while to get going, but he's doing okay at the minute. He also missed a penalty in that game, so he could have got his hat-trick. And then in our last game, we drew 2-2 against Peterborough in the Checkatrade Trophy group stage. And for those of you that don't know, if a group stage match finishes as a draw, it goes to penalties, and you get an extra point if you win on penalties. So we lost on penalties in that one, but we still got a point, and it means we're second in that group behind Stevenage, who we play later on in the season. So, like I said, in today's game we're going to be playing AFC Wimbledon, who we haven't seen so far in this series, and then we're going to be playing Salford, who are currently second in the league, just ahead of us and just behind Scunthorpe. So we have a look at the league table at the moment. We are third as things stand, only a point behind Salford, so if we can beat them in the second game of today's episode, we will go into second place. And we are only 4 points behind Scunthorpe, so they are still catchable, and thanks to a decent run of form just recently, we've managed to stay in the automatic promotion spots. Keith Mayle at the moment top of the goal scoring charts, joint top with Boston United's Virgil Gomez on 13 goals, playing really well this season. Other than that, none of our players featuring in any of the tables or the clean sheets or anything like that, player of the match awards. So Keith Mayle leading the way for us. He did go a few games without scoring, and I was going to drop him, and he missed a few penalties as well. So I switched him off of penalties, but in the last couple of games he has scored some crucial goals for us, so I've kept him in the side. And we'll have a look, see who's going to be starting our first game of today against AFC Wimbledon away from home. This is the starting 11 we're going with for today's first game. So we're going with Fasten in goal, a back three of Barkworth, Young and Humphreys, with Walford and Cox as the wing backs, a midfield of Marcus Wood and Drew Yearwood. Marcus Wood coming in because Dean Moore and Jack Earing have been rotated out of the side, and I thought I'd give Wood a good run of games because he's been playing well in the under-23s. so I just wanted to give him a chance. So we're going to play him in today's game, but we probably will swap him out for probably Jack Earing in the next game against Salford, depending on how he plays. Obviously, if he has an absolute blinder today, then he'll keep his spot. And then a front three of Wright, who comes in for Amadou Ba, who hasn't scored in quite a few games now, playing as a false nine, and Mail and Kajar. Kajar coming in for Martel Taylor-Crossdale, who again hasn't scored for us in a few games, so we gave Kajar a chance and he's started to score goals now. On the bench we have Crean, Billy Freeman, Sabassi, Dean Moore, Jack Earing, Amadou Ba and Martel Taylor-Crossdale, playing on an attacking mentality, flexible team shape. A few of these team instructions have gone. I don't know where I'm pretty sure there was more team instructions than that when I was playing earlier in the season. I'll have to have a look at that and sort that out for the next game, because I'm not going to do it now and leave you guys waiting and leave myself more editing to do. That would just be silly. AFC Wimbledon are 12th in the table as things stand, so this shouldn't be too difficult a game for us, but hopefully it'll be a decent game for you guys to watch. We have still got a game in hand on Scunthorpe, and I'm assuming that game in hand is against Salford because we're playing them in the next game of this episode. If we can win this game, we'll go second. Or we should go second, depending on Salford's result. Salford are playing Doncaster, and they are quite low down in the table by the looks of it. Yeah, they're 22nd, so Salford should really be winning that game. But if Doncaster can do us a favour, we'll go second, and then we'll be able to pull out a bit of a gap on them. From the looks of things, Scunthorpe have gone 1-0 down because they were on 30 points. They've dropped to 29. We've got our first highlight of the game as well. Right with the nod on to Yearwood, through to Mail. Can he square it? He can, but he can't find Kajar. Cox picks up the loose ball at the back though, plays it across to Walford, through to Kajar, who's gone out wide, back to Walford. Cox with a head on, and the keeper picks that one up. Good play from us. Kajar with the ball now. Walford on the wing, crosses it in, trying to find Wright. He's found him, but he couldn't find the back of the net. We've won the corner though. Barkworth with the corner. Yearwood on the edge of the area, tries to have a shot, and I believe Humphreys was offside there, so I think that's going to be chalked off. It hasn't. I was certain he was offside there, but we'll take it. Yearwood was on the edge of the area. He did have a shot. It ricocheted off their defender, and that's why he wasn't offside. It came through from a tackle, so it stands, and we go into second place and within 1 point of Scunthorpe as things stand. If we can beat Salford in the next game and Scunthorpe fail to win, then we could, in theory, finish this episode top of Sky Bet League 2. For the first time since the beginning of the season, Fasten with the ball to Humphreys, who plays it forward trying to find Mail, but he can't find him. We're defending now. Barkworth with the ball, long ball forward to Wright though, who's through on goal. He squared it to Mail, and that's 2-0. 29 minutes in, good assist from Jordan Wright. That's our third clean-cut chance of the game. Clear-cut chance, not clean-cut chance. Wright with a good run forward, and it was a good ball through to Mail, who made no mistake from close range, putting us 2-0 up. We've had 3 clear-cut chances in this game and 1 half chance so far. We're 2-0 up. We're being very dominant, but we have just conceded, and it is now 2-1, 31 minutes in. It was a free kick from deep inside their half, and it was pretty simple stuff from them. Poor defending from our guys. Young, I'm thinking, is going to have to take the blame for that. He has been out injured just recently, so he's trying to work his way back to fitness. We have got Dean Moore on the bench who can come on for him if necessary. We've also got Sabassi, who's played well when he's had his chances in the first team this year. Young really not having a very good game. He's on a 6.5 at the moment. We're 40 minutes in, and from the looks of things, I'm hoping we can go in at half-time 2-1 up. From the looks of their player ratings, they're not having a very good game and they're struggling for fitness. We have the edge on fitness against them, so we should be winning this game. We've had 9 shots, 5 of them have been on target, and we haven't had as much possession, and I believe that Salford must have gone up because we have dropped back down to 3rd. We're going to go out second half exactly the same as the first half. Salford have gone top of the table, so if we can still finish this episode top of the table if we beat Salford in the next game. They are winning against Doncaster, I'm assuming. They're 1-0 up. If Doncaster can do us a favour and get a goal back and equalise, then we can quite easily finish this episode top of the table, and that would be fantastic for us at this stage. I mean, we're only 13 games in, but being up there at any point in the season is good. It's just staying up there that's the problem. We're 66 minutes in now. I'm going to make some substitutions. I think we're going to bring off Young and we're going to bring on Sabassi for him. Wood's not having he's having an average game. Cox not having a very good game at the minute. Only on a 6.6. I think we're going to bring on... Kajar's not having a good game either. Average, really. We'll bring on... Who else to bring off? I might just leave it at one sub, actually, and just leave it there. Make some changes later on. See who gets tired. Walford's quite tired, but he's having a good game. But we have got Billy Freeman on the bench, who has played well when he's had his chances for us. We're 72 minutes in now. No more highlights so far. And I think, yeah, we're going to make that substitution. We're going to bring off Walford because he's on 61% conditioning. We don't want him getting injured. And we're going to bring on Billy Freeman for him. And we're going to just make just the single change again and save the last one in case anybody gets injured. Wright's down to 65% conditioning, so he may be coming off soon. Still no more highlights in the second half. It's been quite a boring second half, to be honest with you. But we're still ahead. And we've only got 7 minutes left, plus stoppage time. We're going to make our final substitution. Jordan Wright's going to come off. Then we're going to bring on Amadou Bar for him and then play him as a target man on support in his preferred role. Give him a chance to maybe score a goal for us if he can. Doncaster don't look like they're going to get back into their game. Scunthorpe are losing to Notts County 2-0. Got a highlight right near the end of the game. Yearwood comes clear with it. Plays it through to Barr, who should have really scored there. But it doesn't matter. It's full time. We've won 2-1 away from home. Good result, really. Pretty boring second half. Drew Yearwood winning player of the match. Okay, so we're ready to play our second game of today's episode against top of the table Salford, away from home. And this is the starting 11 we're going with. Made a couple of changes to this starting 11 and to the bench. Also to the team instructions. We've brought in Sabassi for Connor Young, who didn't play well last time out. And we've brought in Jack Earing for Marcus Wood, who was struggling for fitness. So we've brought him in. Other than that, it's the same side that beat AFC Wimbledon. We've also brought Chettle onto the bench so that because Earing's gone into starting 11 and Marcus Wood has dropped out of the side altogether. Young sits on the bench because Sabassi was on the bench. So just a little bit of rotation to keep fitness up, really, because they're all in the low 90s. The only person that wasn't was Marcus Wood, who was in the high 80s. So we put him out of the side for now. Yearwood, being man of the match last time out, keeps his place in the side. And I've sorted out the team instructions. I was missing a few things, like playing much narrower and dropping deeper and working the ball into the box. For some reason they had made their way off of my team instructions, which may have resulted in a few results not going the way we wanted them to. I don't know how it managed to do that. I must have done it without even thinking, either that or my assistant suggested it and I just automatically did it without thinking. But I'm hoping we can pick up a result again. If we can get a result against Salford, we will go top of the table. This also marks my 100th game in charge of Southend United, and what a better way to mark my 100th game than to go top of League 2. Yearwood with a free kick, and Sabassi has put us 1-0 up 4 minutes in, justifying his selection there. It was a good free kick from Yearwood, playing it right across. I think Humphreys may have got a touch on that as well, nodding it down to Sabassi, and it was a good finish from the centre-back. And we've been saved by the woodwork there. They had a long-range shot from a corner. We have gone top of the table as things stand. We're defending another corner and Fasten with the save, but we have conceded the equaliser only 4 minutes after scoring. It was a good cross in from their player. Fasten with the save, but he couldn't get up quick enough to stop the rebound from coming in. Nothing he could have done about that. Who was Scunthorpe playing today? I don't think Scunthorpe are playing because this is our game in hand. So, yeah, there's only Salford stopping us from going top of the table at the moment. So we need to win. Earing with the ball now to Yearwood, to Mail, through to Wright, to Cox, who squares it to Keith Mail, and that's 2-1, 14 minutes in. Good assist from Cox on the right wing. Some good passing in the midfield from Yearwood and from Earing. was a good tackle from their player, but it landed at Cox's feet, and it was a superb cross from him, and Mail makes no mistake from close range, showing why he's the top goal scorer in the league so far this season, and that will put us 2 points ahead of Salford if we do win today. 30 minutes in, still no more highlights, still 2-1 up. If we can get in at half time ahead, that would be fantastic. But from the looks of things, Charlie Walford has picked up an injury. I don't know what sort of injury it is. Potential foot injury. I'm hoping it's not going to be long term. We have got Billy Freeman on the bench, luckily, who can come in for him. And we've also got Kagosi still knocking around the club. Dean Moore can also play at wing back. But Jordan Wright has just put us 3-1 up. Another assist from Cameron Cox. From nothing really. It was a free kick from Barkworth deep in their half. And Cox with the ball just played it a nice ball through to Wright. And from the tightest of angles, Wright slots it away. I only started playing Wright because his manager at Cardiff was complaining that I wasn't playing him enough. So I thought I'll give him a few games, and he scored a few goals for us now, where Barr hasn't. So it's been quite a good swap, really. He's come into form when we've needed him to, and it looks like we're going to go in at half time 3-1 up. We've had two. No, Salford have had 2 clear-cut chances. Let's have a look at the statistics. We will do when we go out to the second half. Actually, let's click on that. Right, we've had 2 clear-cut chances each, but we've had 4 half chances, and we've made that count. We've had 13 shots to their 4. 5 of those shots have been on target, so I've been quite wasteful with our shooting today, but we're still 3-1 up, and that's what counts. From the looks of it, he's saying Keith Mayall's picked up a knock. He has dropped down in his condition, and he's signalling he wants to be subbed off. I think we're going to have to bring him off and protect our top goal scorer now. Not a change we wanted to make, but we're going to bring on Taylor Crossdale, and we'll swap Crossdale and Kajar around. That'll be our second substitution because of injury today, but we need to protect our top goal scorer, and hopefully he won't be out for too long. Yearwood's looking knackered as well, so I think we're going to have to bring him off now and make our third substitution only 65 minutes in. We've got Callum Chettle on the bench, who can come straight in for him, and that's our last substitution of the game. Hopefully we can hold on to this win. We've got a nice 2-goal cushion, and we've only got 20 minutes left of the game plus added time. We've got a corner now. Barkworth with the corner out to Chettle, who played it forward to Sabassi, who couldn't nod it in from close range. Header straight at the keeper really, but he's already got 1 goal today, and he'll probably keep his place in the side now. After we'll probably drop Young onto the bench for an extended period of time until someone else stops playing well. Taylor Crossdale from about 8 yards out putting us 4-1 up, and it was a good assist from Chettle, all from the throw-in from Cox. Played it to Wright. Wright was lost out, but then won the ball back, played it across to Chettle. It was a good ball across the box, and it was a good header from Crossdale. That's his first goal for a while, and then a bit of a goal drought for him. Good goal from the substitute. And I think we're into stoppage time now. We've got 4 minutes of stoppage time. We've got another highlight. Chettle winning the ball back in midfield. Earring with the ball now to Chettle. Kajar through on goal, and that is 5-1. We've scored twice in the space of 5 minutes. Yet another assist from Chettle. Some good passing in that midfield, and it was a fantastic ball through. I thought he was offside there, Kajar, but that just about wraps things up for us now. 4 goals ahead with only 3 minutes to go. We've convincingly beaten Salford, and our goal difference is massively better than anybody else's in the league. And we've got yet another highlight, but that's it. It's all over. 5-1 away from home against Salford. What a result. And we are top of the table to end today's episode after my 100th game in charge of Southend. And I love the look of that league table now. We're 2 points ahead of both Salford and Scunthorpe, and we're also 8 points clear of Gillingham and Grimsby, who are at the bottom of the playoff picture there. So we've got a nice little cushion on that. We'll have a look where we're going to come back. We're not going to show the Carabao Cup game against Sheffield Wednesday. If we do get through against Sheffield Wednesday, then I will start showing the games, because we'll be into the quarterfinals, I believe then. Yeah, if we get through to the quarterfinals, I'll show you the quarterfinal. But we're going to come back probably. Well, I'll also start showing the Checkatrade Trophy games if we get through into knockout stages. Is there any other teams we haven't seen so far in this series? We've not seen Rochdale, but that's a bit of a long way to leave it. I'm not going to say we're going to come back because obviously if we get through against Sheffield Wednesday, the next game will probably be a Carabao Cup game. So if you like that, please give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe for more Football Manager 18 content. Remember, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, at WeaselGamer TV for both of those. And thank you very much for watching.